Hey guys, it's Nikki. Today I've decided to do a Trypophobia special effects video. Just a warning, if you have Trypophobia, you might want to sit down just in case. All the products used today will be listed in the description below. So, let's begin. You want to start off with your modeling wax. I'm using Graftobian Modeling Wax. And before you do anything, don't make this mistake of not putting Vaseline or makeup remover onto your fingers or wherever that you're going to pick up this modeling wax with, because it will stick to everything. So rub it on your fingers, make sure it's on your spatula, and go dig in. I'm not getting too much of my modeling wax because I don't want to waste a lot of it. We're already going to be digging out a lot of wax from this makeup anyways. So you get it off of your spatula and you want to roll it into a tiny little ball or something along those lines, and put it wherever you want to have it. I'm going to do it right here on my hand today. So you want to place it. Now, most people, if you are going to be out all day wearing this, like if it's on Halloween, you're going to want this to stick. So instead of just putting it straight onto your skin, you're going to put down some spirit gum and then let that get tacky and then place it down onto it. But today I'm not going to be doing that, so it's an easier process to take it off if you don't do that. Right now I'm just putting down the edges of this modeling wax on my skin so it blends in with my skin better and it's all one with my skin. You want to make it look as smooth as possible and no edges coming up. Now, my skin color is a tiny bit different than what my wax color is. So after this, I'm going to put some of my foundation onto it, and then I'm going to put some of my translucent powder down to make it not as sticky as it is naturally. Make it a little smoother. Just try to make it as smooth as possible. It's pretty hard sometimes to work with this stuff, but once you get the hang of it, it's not as difficult. I can get closer to the screen. Now that it's pretty integrated with my skin, I am going to put my foundation on to my hand. And I know it's not really a big difference between the color of the wax and my skin, but I still want it to be as much as my same color as it can possibly be so it looks more realistic. Now, if you're going to be really up close with this makeup, like around other people, and they're going to be like really up on top of it and looking hard at it, you are going to want to put some of the lines into it. So before you put the translucent powder on, you want to kind of look at the lines of your hands and do just very faint up close linings on it so it just looks a little bit more realistic. And it's kind of hard to see on here, but I mean, it's better than having it just look flat and not integrated like your hand. It's better to have it like this. So now I'm going to put my translucent powder onto it, just brush a little on top of it. Now we get to go to the fun part, and that is scooping out the holes. I'm going to put this a little closer so you can see it. And I'm going to take my spatula and I'm just going to go wherever I want to and then carve out a hole. You just stick it into it and then you pretty much twist it. You see the hole? And now you're going to take whatever's left on the spatula and just put it off onto your cup. So you're not wasting your modeling wax. You just put it back into the container that it's already in. Now a lot of people have done this video and they do smaller holes and just a lot more of them. I think that this actually looks better when the holes are bigger and a little bit spread apart. Like not too spread apart, but just a little bit more. I think that is good. Like that. Actually, I'm going to do one more hole here. And that's good. Now, if you have any of like these sticking up edges on the, I don't know if you can see that, but if you have any sticking up little edges from where you dug the modeling wax out, you can just stick those back down to it and it looks better. You don't want anything sticking up. And I'm going to put a little bit more of translucent powder onto this because it's still a little bit sticky. And now we can start with the coloring it. Now, I have this oil-based paint palette, and I made the dumb decision the last time I tried to record this video of putting this black down and then trying to put the red down, and it did not work whatsoever because the black was so strong. So I would start off with using some of the red and just putting it into the holes. Now on camera this looks not as red as, like it doesn't look as red in the camera that it does in real life. So just imagine this being a little bit darker red than it is in my camera. But what I'm going to do, instead of adding the black from this palette, I'm going to use the black from my eyeshadow palette because it's not as strong and I can pretty much mix it in with this red and it'll just be a little darker red. So I'm going to get some of the black from my palette over here and I'm going to mix it into that. It's not going to be nearly as dark as what it was when I did it earlier. And then just a tiny bit more. And you just want to go back, add red, and then add some black, and then add red, and then black, until it's the color you prefer it to be. I feel like I'm boring, but I'm trying to not just have moments where there's no talking. So it's, I know it doesn't look that great in the camera. It's a lot better here. But this is what it is so far. And then you're going to add the blood. And the blood is pretty much what makes this what it is. So I'm just using a Q-tip to get some of the blood out and drop it into there. I love dark colored blood in my makeups. And you just press it down into there. If you want to, right now I'm using a very liquidy type of blood, and if you don't have that, if you have something like that is more cloddy, or you have something that is very gooey and sticky, it's like blood gel, you can use that also. I just prefer using this liquid kind. I think it looks better like that. Okay. Let me put my top back on this. I'll put this over here. And now I'm going to come in here with a little bit of red and purple. I should have done this beforehand, but it's going to smear the blood around a little bit. Come in here and then add a little bit of purple and a little bit of red, and it gives it a creepier skin feel. I'm getting some of the blood over here on my fingers. I want it to look all pretty much integrated into the color of my skin. I'm going to add a tiny bit more purple into the coloring part. I'm getting blood all over the place. I'll mix some of my blood and pull it over here because I don't want it all in one spot. And that is it. So you can go around and scare your friends. One of the things that this makeup reminds me of is if you ever watch a botfly video and it's like these little bugs that bury into your skin, and once you get them out, your skin just pretty much looks like holes, and it's disgusting. And this is what this reminds me of. Have fun scaring people and freaking them out and making their entire body just itch all over the place. I hope you have a good day.